It's been interesting the last few weeks. A good pulmonary sickness has gone through our house, whether it be RSV, whether it be irritation, whether it be walking pneumonia. I mean, there was nasty stuff going around. And this is the season people get sick. And I've heard a lot of people say, hey, stay in bed for a week, don't do anything, be careful. And obviously, there's a time and a place to choose that, to give your body rest and let it recover. Recovery is super important. At the same time, it was interesting. At the same time, I don't want to break my consistency streaks. Whether I'm sick, whether I'm hurt, I want to keep going. I want to work out every day. I want to do my standard operating procedures. Every night before I go to bed, uh, I and my sons, we stretch. We do 8 stretches every, 2 minutes each, every night. We're consistent. And this has helped my body stay limber. It's helped us show up when things are tough, because a lot of times we don't want to do it. We don't want to sit there and stretch for 24 minutes every single night. It's not fun. But after 75 days in a row of doing it, boy, there's just something that gets ingrained in you. In 75 days, what's 76? It's not as hard as you thought it was. It becomes habit, becomes who you are. All of a sudden, instead of being the guy that, I broke a streak again, I didn't show up, you become the guy that always shows up. You become the person that can be counted on, thick or thin. Your belief about yourself just becomes way more stable, because you did 75 days, you did 80 days, your streak goes up to 120. Even if you're not perfect, 120 out of 121 days, man, I'm going to bet on myself. Just something about your confidence gets anchored in your consistency, and things become less hard. It becomes more, if your process is locked in. And so this morning, I was lifting weights, talking to my coach, and listening to a mastermind group of folks that are working hard on their fitness, on their mindset, and and their businesses. And we were working out, and my son came out sick and coughing and hacking, and I said, "Hey, you okay?" And he says, "Yeah, I'm just got a little phlegm going on, got some sickness happening." And I said, "All right, well, let me know. You can work out with me if you feel like it, if you want to." And so he stood there and was listening to a lot of what our coach was talking about showing up and being consistent, and being dedicated, and keeping your streaks going. He said, "You know what? I'm going to join you." So he joined me for a few sets. He didn't do the whole workout, the hour-long workout, but he did the hard things. He did some supersets. He got sweaty, and he started to get real sweaty and break his cold a little bit, break a little fever. And he says, "You know what? I feel better after he was done, and I love this consistency work." And I said, "All right, well, let's crank it up a little bit more. Let's go for a run in the snow. Let's go for a run in the ice and the slush and the sidewalk, and let's cap this thing off. Let's do a mile run in this stuff. Stay consistent, do hard things. If you puke, start puking, or something's going haywire. We'll see how your body reacts." Well, that's what we did. He said, "Okay, Dad, let's go." He got up, got his stuff on, didn't feel like it, but he got out there and did it anyways. And stayed consistent, kept his streak going, kept his workouts going, and we got done. He said, "That wasn't that bad. I'm glad I did it." Sometimes we just got to get up and do it, take some action, and realize when we're done that it isn't that bad. And at Iron Bison Training, we coach folks to show up with heroic consistency, and to absolutely um, take on things like hard things like sickness, and when all the excuses of everybody else comes at you, you should quit, you should stay in bed for another week, you should let your lungs heal. Well, sometimes you should, but a lot of times you just get out and take some action, and things get better pretty quickly, and you realize the consistency you have in these things anchor your confidence in who you are and who you're becoming. Go do hard things, get consistent.